All right. I'm going to, what is this? Candles and guess what? My baby is 31 today. My oldest grandson. My first grandson. My first grandchild. Got a lot of memories of that boy. Yes, I think his Joey's coming over. Joey's my middle grandson. Okay. What I'm going to be doing, I've got to make Hazelback potatoes for me and my grandson, and boy, that's a big tater I've got there. But I gotta cut these eyes off. I ain't gonna make a video of the whole deal. I just want to, I found a better way to cut them little slits in the potatoes. Boy, these things are getting eyes on them. These should almost be seed taters. Well, they could be seed potatoes. Sit there, put that one there. And got eyes all over it. My goodness. Look at that. Oh, boy, I had a nice live stream with Been Living with Big B. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and we're gonna do another one only he's gonna set it up from his end, because he's got a lot more subscribers than I've got, and he's gonna set one up on his end. And there was some questions I meant to ask him, and I didn't do it. So let's see. I'm trying to do this sitting down. Yeah, I've got a better way of cutting them slits, you know, and I was laying these two little round things in the middle. Go. All right, what is that right there? Chicken wings. See, now what I do, I lay that potato in there like that, and I don't have, let's see, what kind of, no, I don't want that. Which one do I want? I want that one. I want that one. Okay, I'm gonna stand up to do this. It's a lot, but these tongs, it's kind of a backwards way of doing it. What's that doing open? Okay, turn it around. And what I do, I go down to that. And see, that works so much easier. See how much easier that works? Now I turn it around this way. And I'll do. But yeah, that's, for anybody trying to do that, instead of putting them little round sticks down there, you use your tongs, and it works so neat. I don't have my cooking hat on. That's going. Yeah. That is just incredible. How about that? Now, I like doing this, folks. But you get the idea in case you want to tackle making Hasselback potatoes. And I found out too that the thinner you can make them slices in there, the crispier it is. And they may even cook better. I don't know. Now, let me turn it around. And just look at that. That's so neat. Yeah, I had a wonderful chat with Been Living with Big B. And we're going to do it again, and he's going to set the next one up from his end where I'll get exposure with his subscribers. I think he has about 6,000 subscribers. What the heck? That ain't working all that good. Okay. There it is. Now I'm going to soak them in oil, and I want to put, I don't think that'll fit in there. This one will. Now, put that in there. I'll let that soak just a little bit. This one will not fit in there. I'll have to brush that. All right, I'll have to get some of this stuff out. I'll bake it on that pan. This is kind of hard, you know, me sitting in a wheelchair. You know what? I think will that fit in here? My foot, no. I'll have to leave that in there. By the way, see this pan here? That was a trash picking deal there. I got that and several other things. I got this pot. A lot of the cookware that we got come from the dumpster, or not dumpsters, but you know, like curbside. All right. I got to turn. No, I got to turn the oven on to 450. There we go. There's my grease. All right. There those are, and that's the end come off of that. I'll put that in there like that. All right, I gotta put a little seasoning on that. How does that look? I'll have to lift my arm up. I think that's it there. Roasted garlic and herbs. Yes, that's it. I wish I could find some onion powder, but wait a minute, what is this? Nice Italian seasoning there. I don't need that. All right. Oh. Here. This doesn't have a strainer lid on it with holes. It's just a big. Okay. Now, right now I'm preheating the oven. All right. Now, I don't have to look at the recipe on these things now. I've made it enough to where I know what to set the oven. The oven's gonna be on 55 minutes at 450 degrees. So, I just heard the oven beep. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna order me some oven mitts. Okay, now let's get up here. Oh, let's get up here. Timer on. 55 minutes. Start. There we go. I'll be back in an hour. All right. I got get my second cup of coffee, and I know I'll hear about this because I use too much creamer and stuff like that. And what I do, put a little sweetener in there, then I pour just a dab in there to dissolve that, and then the sweetener, and I'm out of all right, I know this creamer is it's not good for me. I know that. But I'm out of the other, so pour a little of that in there. This will go back to the refrigerator. Now I go back over here and get my coffee. All right, that's my second cup for today. Now I'll show you something else I do to stretch the coffee. I make it kind of strong when I make the first pot, but then, well, geez, I have trouble getting to all it. Okay. So I find I don't need that. I need that. I just pour, that sink's dirty. I pour fresh water in on top of those old grounds. And it's and that way I can get one more cup off of this run. I gotta stretch the food dollars, guys, and that's one way of doing it. Now that can go back in there. This can go in the trash. Okay. My dog, this floor needs mopping. She'll probably do that today. This is another one of her. No, wait a minute. She goes to work tonight. She goes to work tonight. And today is a half day at school for Jay, so she's going to get Jay right now. All right. I'm baking my Hazelbacks, and they should be good, and I have to make me some butter sauce. And why is this chicken? She fried chicken a couple days ago, and I guess this is some of the leftovers. I was worried about roaches, but I guess we've got a handle on that. I don't see none now. When we first moved in here, she moved the refrigerator and there was some roaches back there. So we keep a can of Raid for each room, and if we see one, we spray it. And that big thing of Raid over there, that's about once a month I'll go around spraying around the baseboards and stuff, just kind of a barrier if any decide. Florida's notorious for roaches. And if you got any, they say if you see one roach, there's probably 10 more somewhere else that you don't see. But we don't have them, you know, and I'm thankful for that. Oh, I got to put that in the refrigerator. The ice box. Back. I love these things. And boy, they're sweet. Uh, I got a story. Really stupid. There used to be this rooster. I forget which. It was on one of my aunts and uncle's farm. And me and that rooster, we didn't get along. That sucker, every chance he got, he would slip up on me and start flogging me. And I hit him sometimes so hard, I think he just about got knocked out. But he always kept coming back. It was a beautiful rooster. But one day, I was picking up a rock, and I had another rooster one time that used to do that. He'd see me picking something up, and he'd go up behind me and jump me from behind. One day, this rooster, he jumped on me. He got me good. He even cut me on my leg. And of course, I was picking up a rock. I was gonna throw it at him. But he got me good. He draw blood. And boy, I was livid. I was ticked off. I was gonna get that sucker. And my dog's over there across the street looking for a place to poop. Yeah, there she goes. I don't know if she's peeing or pooping. Probably peed right then. I bet that man don't appreciate that dog. I'm watching her. But anyway, back to the rooster. Well, he got me good. And I picked up a tobacco stick. And he was charging me and I was charging him. And Bailey, get back over here. Bailey. Now she's pooping. But man, she shouldn't be way up in that man's yard though doing that. That's kind of, anyway, I picked up a tobacco stick. Tobacco stick is about 3.5, 4 foot long. And that's what they hang tobacco on when they hang it in the barns to cure. And I started swinging at that rooster, and he kept backing up and charging me and everything. And finally, I connected. I think I broke his neck, because he fell down and he was flopping around. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody wring a chicken's neck or something, but when they do that and they wring that neck and then they throw it down on the ground, and it'll flop around for about a minute, just flopping around all over the place. And where you at, Bailey? Bailey! You get over here. Go wandering off. But I hit him and I'm pretty sure I broke his neck. And he was flopping around for about a minute and he died. And all of a sudden, I was crying. I didn't mean it. I hated that rooster, but when I killed him, I had so much remorse. I was crying, and I didn't want my aunt and uncle to know that I killed the rooster. And there were several other roosters there, but he was the only one that bothered me. And I picked him up and I was hugging him, I was crying, and I headed over to some woods with the rooster, and I hand dug a hole, and I found something that was kind of like cloth. I don't know what it was. I didn't want to throw dirt directly on him and everything. I was upset. It was like my best friend had died. And I covered him up with that piece of material, and I buried him. And I kept thinking all along years that I ought to tell my aunt that I killed that rooster. I remember she was missing it. She said something's happened, and I forget the name she had for it. And she, I guess a chicken hawk got him, something like that. And I started telling them, well, he died, but no, I didn't do it. I just shut my mouth. And every once in a while that summer, I would go over there to that rooster's grave. I have never been able to figure, I hated that rooster and that rooster hated me, but when I killed it, I had so much remorse for killing that rooster. And I was wish he was back flogging me on my back and my legs. But folks, I have never been able to kill an animal. I remember one time I did kill an animal that it was a possum. No, it was a raccoon. And the raccoon had got hit by a car and looked like his hips was broken. He couldn't walk. He was sitting there moving around trying to go, and he couldn't. And I seen it from my car, and so I stopped the car, and I found me a big stick, and I went over and took it out of his misery. I killed him. And that even bothered me. I know it was the best thing to do and everything. Hush up, baby. But I've just never been able to do it, you know. I had a dog one time that his name was Baby, and it was a chow. It was mine and my wife's, and we just loved that thing to death. And I was on the deck, and I heard him hollering, and a car had stopped. A car had hit him, and he needed to be put down, and I couldn't do it. And I mean, I had a gun and everything. I could have put him down, but I just couldn't do it. And I went next door to my neighbor. What was his name? Well, Debbie was his wife. What is his name? Rick Kelly. His name was Rick. And I asked him, would he put my dog down? She got hit, and it was in her hips and stuff. He couldn't do nothing, and we couldn't afford a big. It would have been really expensive to have him fixed if they could have fixed him. But I had to go get my neighbor to put him down. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. You know, it's just like that rabbit story I was telling y'all a while back in one of my videos. You know, I was raising these rabbits for meat, and when it come time to butcher, I could not do it. I could not kill them rabbits. And the first one I tried, you know, and I was holding there, and I was hitting him in the back of the neck, you know, to break his neck and all that stuff. And rabbits, if they're in pain, they squeal. And that did it for me. I had to go call the man that got me started in that rabbit stuff to come over there and butcher them rabbits out for me. I couldn't do it, and I never did eat the rabbits after that. I give up the rabbit stuff. It's just not in me to do it, guys. I can't. I can't. I just can't do it. I know I'm a meat eater, but I'm not killing them, you know. They're in the store. I don't know, but anyway, that's my rooster story, and I felt so bad. I wish I could remember his Charlie. Name was Charlie. And they was all, the people around the farm there, they was always kidding me, you know. Hey, Charlie's behind you, you know. I always got kidded about that. But I guess you could say I got the last laugh, but I wasn't comfortable with having the last. I wasn't comfortable that he was dead. I was wanting him back. But he got me good that day. He cut me good on the back of my leg. He had these little spurs on his feet that, man, he could do some damage. It was a beautiful rooster, though. I wished I had him. Well, I couldn't stand to look at a picture of him. I still feel bad about it. Bless his heart. He was just doing what was natural. And what was natural was beating up on Mackie, and that was what I was called back then, Mackie. My middle name is McLendon, so somebody started calling me Mackie when I was just a baby, and that stuck. And if I happened to run into some of my cousins, which ain't many of them left, they would say, "Hey, Mackie." But that's my rooster story. Golly, Ned, I can't believe I'm like that, because my family has always been these big hunters. You know, I had this brother-in-law. He eat gophers. Gophers it's a type of turtle, and he would go out and catch them things out in the woods and stuff, and they would eat them. And pretty soon after that, it become illegal to catch. They was an endangered species, and it was you couldn't do it anymore. But sometimes I'd come over to my sister's, and I hear something over in his truck, and I'd go look in the bed of his truck, and he'd have 5 or 6 gopher turtles crawling around in there that he caught that day. And when nobody was looking, and he's dead now, so it don't, he passed away. But I would turn him. I would get them turtles, and I'd turn them loose. I'd point them towards the woods over there, and off they'd take off. And he'd come out sometime, and say, "Somebody stole my gophers," you know. I said, "They couldn't get out of there." I said, "Well, maybe somebody likes to eat them more than you do." He never knew I was turning them loose. I must have done. I bet you I turned 20 or 30 turtles loose over a period of time. But I sure cut them loose. And after they became endangered species, one day I was at the Dairy Queen, and this guy pulled up. It was a black guy, pickup truck, and he had about 10 gophers crawling around in the back of his truck, and that was illegal. It was endangered species, and there was a girl, I guess his wife and kid, with him, and he seen me looking over there, and he said, "You got a problem with me?" I said, "Not really. Are you a racist?" And because his wife or girlfriend, she was white, and the baby was mixed. And I'm sitting there, you know, and I got mixed grandsons and all that, and he's asking me, "Am I a racist?" And but if he hadn't have said that, I never would have done what I did after that. I got in my car. I got on the phone. My cell phone back then wasn't something I held in my hand. It was something installed in my car. And I called the game warden and told him there's a truck sitting here at Dairy Queen with a bunch of gophers in it. And I said, "I'll sit here till you." I said, "If he leaves, I'll follow him, tell you where he's at." And but the warden came while I was still sitting there, and he looked in the back of the pickup bed. You know, he didn't have to search anything. He just walked by the truck, and there they were. And he arrested the guy. And I don't know what happened after that. Once I seen the game warden was there, I went ahead and left. And of course, they wanted my name and all that stuff before I hung up on the phone. And about 2 months later, I got a check in the mail for $275. It was a reward they give me for turning that in. They give me so much a turtle. And I didn't do it I didn't know how to get a reward. I felt bad for the guy and the wife and the kid and all that, but you know, when something's endangered like that, you don't go out and keep catching. That's why they're endangered, because they're being overhunted and stuff. And I guess it's still illegal to catch them. But yeah, I turned him in. I got a reward, you know, and I felt bad for the lady and the kid. I didn't feel bad. And plus the fact that he seen me looking over there and got all bent out of shape about maybe I was looking down on him because he was black and she was white. And tell you the truth, I didn't even notice the race difference till he brought it up. I still don't notice when somebody's black. When somebody brings it up, you know, oh, he is black, you know, I think, well, but I just don't see color. And that's the God's truth, folks. I do not see color. There is one minority group that's that I do notice right off the bat whenever I see them, and that's the Filipinos. I don't notice them because they're dark. Most of them are dark skinned. I notice them because they're really, people say that's the beautiful people, you know, and they are. They're very easy on the eyes. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Y'all have a good day or evening or whatever it is.